everybody. I'm gonna take a little bit of time here and show you how to build this simple box birdhouse. This birdhouse has an opening in the front for the birds to fly in and out. It also has one of the sides that pivots open. That way you can check on your nest, and you can also clean out the nest at the end of the season. That way the next year a new bird can come in and make a new nest in this house. So this is a real simple design. It's made out of 1x6 pine board, and I always use untreated pine. That way there's no chemicals in the wood that might otherwise harm the bird. So I have a 4-foot piece of pine right here, and again this is 1x6. The first step is we've got to cut the pieces, and I put the dimensions on the website so that you can check. But I'm going to measure the back part first, an 11-inch piece. I'm going to measure and cut that piece. And I'm using a hand saw just because I want to, So this first piece that I cut is going to be the back. And then I'm going to cut the two sides and the front. Each of those are going to be 8-inch pieces. So again, I'm going to measure and cut. So I'm going to do 3 of these. So I cut out all my pieces. I got the 3 pieces that are going to be the 2 side and the 1 front. I also cut a 4-inch piece that's going to be the floor, and I cut a piece that's 8 1/4 inches, and that's going to be the roof. And so I'm almost ready to start assembling. Before I start assembling, one of the things that I want to do is put some ventilation holes in those 2 sides. My birdhouse, it's got a couple of holes on the sides. Those are for ventilation so that air can circulate through and not too much moisture builds up inside of the nest. And so all I'm going to do is take 2 sides and stack them one right on top of the other. And I'm going to I have a 1/4 inch drill bit, and I'm going to stack these up and drill some holes to serve as the ventilation. And I'm going to make these holes towards the top of the boards. You don't have to measure exactly where they go. They can just go towards the top. And then as long as I got my drill bit out, I'm going to drill some holes, 4 holes on the floor piece as well. And the entrance hole on the front, I like to save that until I have everything assembled in order to put that in just the right spot. So I'm going to start stacking these up and putting them together. This is the back piece. This is kind of the hardest piece to put on, these 2 sides. And so what I like to do is line everything up. Got my 2 sides and my front. everything set the way that I would like. And then take a couple of nails and nail the side to the back. The first side goes on the back pretty easily. Now the second side, we want to pivot. So I'm not going to put two nails in, because if I put a nail in the top and the bottom, it wouldn't be able to pivot out. So on the second side, I'm going to put just one nail at the top. And I want to make sure to get things lined up with the front. And then I'm going to nail the front to the side, so flip it over. Now, the second side is a little bit trickier because I want this door to pivot open. So I've got to place my nail in just the right spot so that it serves as a hinge. So I'm looking for that pivot point, and I'm going to aim for that pivot point with my nail. And you can also try to look and line it up evenly with the nail that's in the back. And so my door should swing open like so. So I got my sides and my front on along with the floor, and test to make sure the one side does pivot the way that you want it to. And then we're going to put on the roof. And a quick note about the roof is obviously we want this side to be able to open up. So I'm only going to put two screws in, or two nails in the front and two nails on the side. If I put nails on this side, then it wouldn't open. So 4 nails on the roof, 2 in the front, 2 on the sides. Hold that in place. Looks good. now my door opens on the side. So now I'm gonna put the entrance hole in the front of the birdhouse, and I like to measure just so that I can get it right into the center, and it should be in the center and towards the top. So I'll just put a little mark, that's the center, and it should be towards the top. You don't have to measure, I don't measure exactly where towards the top, and I'm using a 1 1/4 inch hole saw, and this will drill a hole right into the okay, there it is. Now I got my entrance hole in the front. So this last step, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill a hole through the side and into this door that pivots open, and then I'm gonna use a larger nail that'll go into that hole and serve kind of as a locking mechanism so that I can keep the door closed and it won't accidentally pop open. So that hole is slightly larger than the diameter of this nail, and so now that nail can stay in there and the door won't accidentally pop open, but when I want to open that door, I can take the nail out and it opens. Our last step, we're going to find a good spot to hang our bird feeder on a tree or somewhere else in your yard that the birds will be able to have access to it. You also want to hang it somewhere that you can see it from your window so that you can watch those birds come in and out.